Hello and welcome. I'm Dr. Kate Lammerl, the Senior Psychologist and founder of Chrysalis Counselling and Coaching. I'm pleased that you've dropped by our website and I'd like to welcome you in, and I'd like to give you a little bit of information about the services that we provide here and how we might be able to work with you to bring about some of the changes that you'd like in your life. Firstly, the name Chrysalis. As we've explained on the website, the chrysalis has been chosen because in the natural world it provides the cocoon in which a beautiful thing called a butterfly transforms itself from a grub into something really quite spectacular. We've selected this name because it represents to us the work that we do with the people who are our clients. We work with people to help them transform. By that we mean change the things in their lives that are not going as well as they would like them to go. That might be aspects of themselves as a person, so it might be particular characteristics or habits that all of us form over our lifetimes. On the other hand, it might be dealing with particular situations or circumstances in our lives which are not going as well as they could be going, or worse than that, have actually upended our lives and created the need for a massive change. Either way, what we're talking about here is making change. And not just making change where we get back to the level of functioning that perhaps we were before the crisis struck, but to go beyond that. And this is the work that we do by adopting a coaching approach to the work we do with our clients. Let me explain. There are different ways of treating presenting problems or symptoms. One way of these is to try and get rid of the symptoms. And this is the approach that is commonly taken in the medical world, where people present with uncomfortable symptoms or perhaps symptoms even of dysfunction in parts of the body, and medications are provided that get rid of those symptoms. Now, in some cases, the medications obviously cure the cause of the symptoms. When it comes to issues in the brain, however, we're really in very uncharted territory. It's only in very recent years that we've started to have the technology where we can start to appreciate the sophisticated functioning of the brain and how critically important it is that we don't tamper with the fine chemical balances within our brains. The other thing, of course, that is critically important is that we recognise our brains are not just a chemical soup rushing around inside our heads, but there's a structural component to the brain, and there's also the electrochemical components to the brain. This is why, as psychologists, we express increasing alarm about the overuse of pharmaceuticals when it comes to difficulties that people are facing in their lives. Now, obviously, if you've been diagnosed with a condition such as diabetes, being prescribed medication that is going to correct the imbalance of insulin or the inadequacy of insulin in your pancreas, this is going to be critically important to your health and well-being. However, as I said, when it comes to the brain, there's far more complexity involved than simply supposedly correcting a chemical imbalance. So this is why our approach is one based on what is colloquially referred to as the talk therapies. Talk therapies means that we create a safe space where you can come and discuss the issues that are causing you concern. These concerns might be emotional disturbances, they might be changes to the patterns of behaviour that you're engaging in, whether that be your own behaviour or your behaviour with other people in your life. And thirdly, we want to work with you to address the patterns of thought, the thinking that is going on that is actually prompting changes in your behaviour and changes in your emotions. We know now that changing patterns of thinking in the mind can literally change structure and function of your brain. This is new research which is emerging through the neuroscientific evidence, and we embrace this fully because it's an incredibly powerful way that we can start to work with changing people's brains, literally by changing the mind, the mental functions, and recorrecting the imbalances that do take place between thoughts, emotions, and the way we behave. So coaching, the approach that we take in the work with our clients, is that we identify where those maladaptive patterns are happening. By that, I mean simply we identify what's not working with you. We explore with you the resources that you have available within yourself, your own particular strengths, the networks of other people that you're connected with who support you and who embrace your change, and the bigger picture, the bigger resources that are available to you. But most importantly, we want you to understand that as a human being, you have enormous capacity to bring about direct change in the way you function. And that leads through to direct change in the way you function emotionally and the way you behave within the world and the thoughts that you're having, which are constructive, active, and contribute to you achieving the goals that are important in your life. We also work with you, once we've uncovered the resources that you have available, to start setting in place small changes. Don't forget that any change requires the first step. Once the first step is taken, we build on that. And we don't just set a limit of getting you back to the function that you were at before the crisis struck, as I mentioned earlier. Our goal is to work with you to give you the skills, the resources, and the competencies that you need to continue your growth. Your journey towards a flourishing life is important to us, and leaving you with those tools so that you can continue to accomplish that is a core element of the work that we do. We also provide you with the skills and support to celebrate the progress that you're making and to monitor your progress, to give you the skills to be able to continue your own growth and development well beyond the period of time that you share with us. I thank you again for dropping by our website. I'm sure that we can talk a lot more about the changes that you would like to make in your life and how we can help you to achieve that and more. Please pick up the phone, give us a call, make an appointment, and we're more than happy to provide more details about the way that we can help you achieve the life that you really want for yourself. Thank you.